A new client just signed with you, and this is the moment they are most excited they picked you. And it's also the exact moment most service businesses quietly start losing them. One onboarding report found that 68% of B2B projects get delayed 3 weeks or more after the client signs. And the number one cause isn't the work itself. It's missing information and hands-off happening behind the scenes, where the client can't see. And that's the trap. Your client only feels the delay. They don't see the cause, so they draw their own conclusion. These people are disorganized. And some of them are checked out before you've even delivered the thing. Here's the problem underneath the problem. You've got two completely separate pictures of your business, how it feels to your customer and how the work actually gets done. And those two pictures never sit in the same place. So when a customer is unhappy, you're guessing which side the real cause is on. Today, I'll give you the one tool that finally puts both pictures on a single page. In the last two videos, I taught you each half on its own. And this is the video where we snap them together. And about few minutes in, I'm going to take one unhappy customer moment and trace it straight down to the real cause. Stick around for that one because it's the most valuable minute in the video. Quick intro if you're new here. I help service-based businesses increase profit margin and get a founder out of the day-to-day. I hand you the exact tools I use inside companies in plain English. And this is the capstone of the series, so let me connect the dots. In the video 1, we mapped your processes, how work actually flows inside your business with swim lanes and handoffs. In video 2, we mapped the customer journey, what one customer does, thinks, and feels on the outside. Now, a service blueprint is those two maps stacked on one timeline. The customer's journey on top, everything your business does in the backend to deliver it underneath. The people who study this literally call the blueprint part 2 to the journey map. That's the whole idea. And that's why it's the expert's tool. It connects cause and effect. It doesn't just tell you the customer is unhappy. It points at the exact thing inside your business making them unhappy. So if you're getting value out of this video, hit subscribe. And here's your job while we build this together. Think of one of the complaints you hear most from your customers. I'll ask you to drop it in the comments shortly, and I'll tell you which layer of your business to go to look at it. Here's the one idea that makes a blueprint click. There is a line running across the whole thing. It's called the line of visibility. Everything above it your customer can see. Your emails, your team, the portal they log into, the deliverable that shows up. That's your journey map from video 2. Everything below it they cannot, such as your systems, your suppliers, your back office, who's waiting on who. That's your process map from video 1. Now the whole secret in one sentence. Your customer judges you entirely on what's above the line. But everything above the line is controlled by what's below it. So when something goes wrong up top, the fix almost always lives down below, somewhere the customer can't even see. Most founders spend years polishing the top, but we are going to fix the causes. So your memory spine for this one. Journey on top, process below, one timeline. Then follow the column down. That last part is the move that changes everything and is coming. Let me build a real one for you. Our scenario is that a new client, let's call her Donna, hiring your service business and getting to her first result. The process is going to look like this: sign, onboard, kickoff, build, review, and go live. I'll use a done for you service, but swap in your own business because the shape is going to be almost identical. Those columns across the top are the timeline. Now we stack the layers top to bottom. Watch how the top is just your video 2 journey and the bottom is your video 1 process. Top, evidence. The stuff Donna actually sees and touches. The welcome email, the onboarding form, the client portal, the first draft, the final report. Next, customer actions. That's Donna's journey. She signs, she fills the form, she joins a kickoff call, she waits, she reviews the draft, she approves, she gets her first result. And under it, her emotion line. Up when it's smooth and down when it's not. Below that, front stage. Your team she can see. The account manager who welcomes her, runs the kickoff, sends the draft, handles her feedback. These are your moments of truth. Everything below this line, Donna never sees. Backstage, the work behind the curtain. Your strategist scoping the project. Your production team building. someone doing QA. Bottom, support processes and systems. The stuff holding it all up, your CRM, the contract e-sign, the onboarding system that collects our info, the project tool, and every approval that has to route through you, the founder. That's the whole anatomy. Top half, how it feels, and bottom half, how it's delivered. Same timeline, and you're probably already seeing your own version, your intake form, your account manager, your delivery team, your tools, and you sitting somewhere in that bottom layer. Hold on to that, because now comes the move. Quick one, that's a lot of layers to draw from scratch. So I put a fill in the blank blueprint template in my free operations clarity kit, along with the process and journey templates form I used in the first 2 videos. Links in the description. Grab it and build alongside me instead of just staring at a blank page. Okay, now the move. This is the third piece of your spine. Follow the column down. Donna's at the onboard and kickoff stage, and her emotion line is dropping. In her words, I signed a week ago and nothing's happening. Did I make a mistake? That's the frown at the top. Let's follow that one column straight down. Top, Donna. Why is this so slow and disorganized? Front stage, your account manager is apologizing, but she's stuck. She's waiting on Donna's onboarding info and on a kickoff date. Cross the line of visibility to backstage. Your delivery team is sitting idle. They can't start because nothing's been handed to them. Drop to the very bottom, support, and here's the reality. There is no real onboarding system. Donna's form landed in one person's inbox and never got routed. The kickoff can't be booked until you, the founder, approve the scope and you've been slammed all week. There it is. Donna thinks your people are disorganized. But the blueprint shows the real cause is 2 layers down. A missing intake system and an approval that only you can give. The customer-facing team literally cannot fix this. The cause lives somewhere Donna will never see. And that's the power of the blueprint. You trace the frown at the top all the way down to the true cause. And here's the part that is going to hurt a bit. In a real blueprint, you draw arrows to show dependencies, what waits on what. So look what happens when we draw them for this business. Kickoff waits on your approval. The build waits on your sign-off. The final delivery waits on your review. Almost every column has an arrow pointing at the same box in the bottom layer, which is you. That's not a people problem or an effort problem. That's a design problem. The business is built so that it cannot move without a founder. And the blueprint makes that impossible to argue with. It's right there on the page. And that right there is the #1 thing keeping most founders trapped in the day-to-day. Now let's turn this form from a nice drawing into a decision. Put numbers on your fail points, how often each one happens, and what it costs. Remember that stat. Onboarding delays over 3 weeks hit the majority of your projects, and the cause is these below the line handoffs. So say this delay adds 9 days to every onboarding, hits 1 in 4 new clients, and a chunk of them churn or ask for money back. Now it's not onboarding feels rough. It's a number with a cost pointing at 1 missing system and 1 overloaded person. That's the difference between an opinion and a business case, and it tells you which fail point to fix first, the most expensive fraud. For completeness, a full blueprint has 3 lines. The top is the line of interaction, where the customer and your team meet. The big one in the middle is the line of visibility. Above it, they see. Below, they don't. And a third, lower down, the line of internal interaction, separating your customer-facing team from your deep back office and system. Don't overthink these. The one that earns its keep every single time is the line of visibility. So how do you build this without just making it up? 3 sources of reality. #1 is the top comes straight from your journey map in video 2. If you skipped it, use 1 real recent complaints as your starting story. #2, the bottom comes from the people who live there. Ask your front stage team 1 question. When a customer is unhappy at this step, what's actually going wrong behind you? They already know the answer, and they've been trying to tell you. #3, shadow 1 real case end to end. Follow a single onboarding form, signed to first result, and write down what actually happened, not what's supposed to happen. An honest afternoon of that beats a week of guessing from memory. And 1 rule, same as the whole series. Map how it really works today before you design how it should work, because you cannot fix a fantasy. As you build, mark the spots where it breaks. The techniques originator called fail points back in a 1984 Harvard Business Review article, and they are still the most useful thing on the page. The intake that lives in an inbox, the approval that bottlenecks on one person, the handoff with no owner. When a fail point sits directly under a bad customer moment, that's your priority list. Fix the one under the biggest, most expensive prawn first. Okay, as promised, tell me in the comments what's the one complaint you hear most from your customers. Drop it below and I'll reply with which layer of your business to go look at. Here's why I love this tool as an advisor and why it will make you look brilliant in front of a team. A blueprint forces everyone to look at the same picture. Your delivery team sees how a missing intake becomes a bad review. Whoever owns your tools sees how one broken handoff reaches all the way to a lost client. People who never talk to each other are suddenly staring at the same map. It turns our clients are frustrated, which is vague and nobody owns it, into this specific handoff owned by this specific person, which is causing it. That's how you actually fix a business, and it's what makes you the calmest, clearest person in the room. 3 mistakes to avoid so yours works the first time too. 1. Mapping the ideal instead of the real. They're what actually happens, miss and all. 2. Trying to blueprint your whole business at once. Focus on one customer, one scenario, and one page. And number 3, stopping at front stage because the bottom layer feels boring. That bottom layer is where the real causes live. That's the entire point. Don't stop above the line. Let's lock it in. Journey on top, process below, one timeline. Then follow the column down. Put the customer's journey from video 2 across the top. Build your process from video 1 underneath. Front stage, then below the line of the visibility, backstage, and support. Take any bad moment, follow that column straight down until you hit the real cause. Draw the dependency arrows and put a number on it. Fix the fail points under the biggest fronts first. One blueprint, one scenario at a time. So here's what to do now. First, grab the free Operations Clarity Kit in the description. All 3 templates, including this blueprint. That's how you go from watching to actually doing it. Second, and this is the big one, if when you followed that column down, every arrow in your business points back at you, that's not a flaw in you. It's a flaw in the design. And it's exactly the problem I solve. I do a free operations audit call. We get on together. We follow your worst column down to the real cause, and I show you where your profit's leaking and where the business is leaning on you too hard. And you leave with a clear first move. Booking links in the description as well. And if what you really want is to fully hand off the day-to-day and get your time back, that's the entire point of my founder handoff program. The audit call is the first step. And that's the whole series, process, journey, and the blueprint that ties them together. If you watched all 3, you now see your business the way an operations advisor does. What your customer feels, what your business does, and the line that connects them together. Grab the kit, book the call, and let's go fix something together. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.